So yeah, you definitely class that as the best boss fight in the series then?
Yes, because it's so much fun to play. But then again, since I'm so good at this game, it's quite an easy boss fight for me. As a kid, I used to really dig this battle. Like, I used to play it so many times.
Spirits of the forest, I thank you. The boss would be proud of you. The time has come for a younger generation to rise. I've been wandering for more than a century, and now my journey comes to a close. What a splendid way to end it all. I have no regrets. I can return to the Forum Allah.
Kaboom! He blows up as well. Cool. Then you call Major Zero, it's like, Major, why do they keep exploding?
They have to go out in style.
Yes. And like I said, in this boss fight, if you change the clock on your PS2, you can just skip this entire battle. You just skip this entire battle.
And if you killed him early, you just get a bunch of enemies in this area.
Yeah, pretty much. And also, what's interesting is when you call Major Zero, he'll be all like, it's not a game, it's not a sport. Yeah, it is a game, because it's Metal Gear Solid 3.
So there's only one more Cobra left to take down.
And that's the Fury.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Vulcan Raven, but he uses a flamethrower.
Okay. So, he's, pretty hard, easy?
Good, honestly, bad? Kind of easy. It's quite easy once you know what to do. Actually, it's easy if you use the thermal goggles. If you don't use the thermal goggles, it's quite tough.
Okay.
It's kind of like Vulcan Raven. It's exactly the same cases I had with Vulcan Raven. Like, it's exactly the same battle as Vulcan Raven, except he's using the flamethrower.
Okay, so...
Think of it as like an MGS1 clone in some cases.
Okay, well they do bring back a lot of stuff from MGS anyway. Okay.
So now we're going to the mountains. After we climb this really big ladder. When you climb this ladder, you actually hear the Snake Eater theme as you're climbing up.
Oh, that's neat. The Snake Eater theme.
I actually honestly, I would rather put up with climbing a ladder, listening to the Snake Eater theme, than MGS1 running up those stairs, shooting those soldiers.
Oh yeah, that was a tedious part.
Okay, so now we're climbing the ladder. Here we go.
I suppose they had to put something here because, you know, otherwise it would have been...
kind of boring.
Very tedious.
And also, as soon as you get to the top, if you look at Snake's stamina bar, it will go completely half-drained as he's climbing up the ladder. Once he gets to the top, half his stamina bar will be, halved.
Yeah, because, like, you can see his stamina bar is going down the further he climbs. Holy shit, that's high!
It gets higher as he goes. Trust me, it's going to get a lot higher. Now, what I really like about this scene, though, is when you're climbing the ladder, you get to listen to the Snake Eater thing, when the woman's like, I give my life. It's actually really cool. It adds a bit of effectiveness to it. It really makes it stand out. And remember back before we fought Ocelot, we got to shoot down the Hind D. You know that Hind D I blew up?
Yeah.
If you blow that up, now when we're in the mountains, there'll be less Hind Ds. Whereas if you didn't shoot it down beforehand, there's going to be more Hind Ds when you get to the top there.
It's one Hind D. How does that make the difference?
Because taking that down, I don't know. It just does. I have no idea.
It was only one Hind D.
No idea.
I can understand if it was one less Hind D in the air, but many? Oh, that makes sense to me. God damn it. Fucking much longer, Snake.
how high that is, though.
That would make sick. That would make even the people that don't mind heights sick.
Okay, now we're on the top floor.
Krasnogor.
Mount Ombius.
I really don't know how to pronounce a lot of these words. I do apologise.
That's because it's Russian.
Of course it's Russian.
Say it's the Mosin-Nagant. That is an awesome weapon.
Okay.
In so many ways. It's very useful in both MGS3 and MGS4. And I will say this right now, I actually do like the sniping in MGS3 the most, between MGS1, MGS2 and MGS3, because when you play MGS2, the sniping with the PSG-1 and the PSG-1 tranquilizer gun, it was kind of awkward, like sometimes you'd have to keep nudging the left and right D-pad just to aim at a certain point. Whereas with this, it feels more comfy and easy to do.
Yeah.
So sniping's actually a bit more precise.
There really isn't a whole lot to say here either. Just a load of soldiers again and... yeah.
And I've only got 3 bullets left for my tranquilizer gun, so hopefully there should be some bullets in here. Yep.
Excellent.
Good thing I jinxed it.
Makes a change. Jinxing things actually going the way you want it to and not
Yeah.
the way you don't want it to go.
Well, sometimes jinx can be helpful.
Yeah, I suppose.
In some cases it is, in some cases it isn't. All depends, really.
Why are you trying to wake him up?
So I can interrogate him so I can find out some information.
Okay. Wakey, wakey!
Get your ass up, son.
That's your son.
Freeze!
Don't shoot me, please!
I still love how they wiggle their booties.
Yeah, it's priceless.
If you get stung by
If you get stung by a scorpion, use serum. I imagine that's pretty obvious.
chocolate chip camouflage would be effective.
Does everyone know it to be chocolate chip?
Yep.
If you get stung by
You already said this.
And somehow these soldiers know what outfits to equip and know how to progress through them. That makes sense.
Huh.
But I'm okay with Tiger Strip, because Tiger Strip's good enough.
Yeah.
Now, this is the place which I thought was quite cool. You can actually use these gun turrets and take down multiple Hindies and shoot the crap out of soldiers. It was quite fun, actually. It's very enjoyable.
So shooting down that Hindy earlier, or whatever it is, makes this area easier.
Yeah, makes this area easier, as well as the next area.
Like I said, I don't get how destroying one Hindy makes it easier.
Yeah, I
Yeah, well.
know. No one. You saw no one. You saw nothing.
You didn't see an animal abuse act. What's that? A bird.
You can actually, yeah, you can actually, yeah, I'll show you. What you go, okay, I'll go to the food for a second, and you can actually eat these.
White-rumped vulture.
You can actually eat vultures.
Who's eating who now, vultures? Who's eating who now?
Yeah, with the cool thing about this part, you can actually drop enemy soldiers off cliffs, so drop them off here.